Guys, we made it. Episode 2. They said it couldn't be done. They said, Video Game Podcast 2014? That'll never work. They'll burn up. They'll burn out. Well, sorry to disappoint you, Mom. We're back. Idle Animation Podcast, Episode 2. I am your velvety voice host, Sherrod Roderick.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyhoon. I'm your fellow resident Aussie gamer.
And my name is Chris, and unfortunately today is my last episode on the Animation Podcast.
Good riddance.
It's been a good run, but it's
No, it hasn't. It's been terrible.
already the last one.
Already?
I ain't joking. Episode 3, I can be here.
Good, fine. Wait, I have a whole list of episodes that we can do without you.
Well, half of them are my ideas, so they're coming with me.
You don't remember. I just put them on the notepad doc. They don't have any names attached to them. See, this is how the Idle Animation works. We are a group effort. We are a think tank. Ideas don't belong to any one person.
No, I'm pretty sure they do.
No. This is the Idle Animation Podcast. It's a podcast with a lot of standing around and shrugging. Now, before we begin, as I'd like to make the tradition in the coming weeks and months and years, because we'll be around, till the heat death of the universe, I just like to go around the horn and talk about what we have been doing or playing in the couple of weeks since we last recorded. And we'll start this week with, let's start with Nardi, because you're leaving, so go. Last Will and Testament.
Okay. Well, here's the thing is, last week, actually, I have not been playing any games.
Okay, great.
Some of you may not notice, but I'm actually in vet school currently. We have finals coming up, so...
You always have finals.
So in between classes, playing a bit of Minesweeper and Solitaire, but, between finals, necropsy presentations and whatnot, not a whole lot of time for gaming.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe this weekend I'll fire up Skyrim or something like that, but...
How far are you in Skyrim?
Thing, I've beaten it once. I'm just kind of doing like a 100% completion walkthrough.
Okay, cool. You touching any of the DLC?
Oh, I have all the DLC. So I'm actually trying to do the alternate storyline for some of them, and just try to find all the little hidden Easter eggs and whatnot.
Right.
Just having fun again.
Yeah, I enjoyed the DLC. I didn't get through what's the other one? The one where you don't turn into a giant vampire person.
Oh, Dragonborn.
Yes, I didn't get to that one yet. But
yeah, Dragonborn's definitely the best DLC.
Really? It's better than Dawnguard?
I thought so.
Mm-hmm.
Then he had the Hearthfire one, which was like you can build 3 houses.
That I thought was cool. You know what? I liked sort of. It was a little tedious, grinding out I guess not grinding, but like mining some wood and stuff like that you need for the house. But I enjoyed having a house.
Oh yeah. The initial aspect was fun, but making like a DLC, like a free DLC sort of deal. That's one thing, but
yeah. Well, Hearthstone's like what, $5 or something? It's like constantly on a Steam sale.
Hearthfire,
whatever. Hearthstone is the card game. I think I've done that before.
Oh, speaking of Hearthstone, just had their expansion coming out, so if you're into that kind of stuff, check it out.
Are you going to?
After finals, yeah, I might check it out.
Really? Are you into Hearthstone?
I've seen YouTubers doing walkthroughs of it, and it could be a fun time killer.
It's all right. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I played it for a few hours. It's kind of tough. I didn't play against any human opponents, but I assume that they are merciless. Well, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. That's really on my end. So, how about you, Tyhoon? What you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Injustice with my brother. I'm on my summer break right now. At college, but I'm on break right now, so I've been playing Injustice. And a lot of Diablo. I've now done like 5 playthroughs of it.
Jeez.
You know,
Damn.
yeah, like different characters. It's great. I love it. I'm so addicted. So addicted to Diablo. And yesterday, actually, last night, I did a very, very rare thing, something I hardly ever do. I bought a game off the PlayStation Store.
Yes. Yes.
I don't buy, like, for me, I'm a guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has crossed over.
In future, I'll mention this again, but like I'm a guy who likes to collect and like physical things. You know, I like
Right.
physical. So I like hardly ever buy a digital game from PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
I always buy the physical copy when it's available.
Wow. What did you buy?
And you see, I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan, and over here in Australia, Ground Zeroes, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes,
Okay.
plus $47 retail.
Ouch.
Yeah. And,
Jeez.
and so last night, I was talking to my brother, like, before I go back to the States, I'm going to at least play Ground Zeroes. I probably won't have another opportunity. And so I just happened to go on the PlayStation Network store and then search Ground Zeroes, and what popped up was the $25 price tag, plus the fact it was only 1.8 gigs. Now,
Yeah.
the reason why I mentioned size is, Australia has crappy internet, so
Oh, right, yeah, it takes you a day
I
to
have
download
like-
a megabyte.
I have like gig limits and all that, so
Right.
like the fact that it's only 1.8 gigs plus $25, I was like, okay, get the card, I'm buying this. So I bought it. And
Yay.
I downloaded it and installed it, so it's just ready to be played. So I can't wait to get into that. But yeah, that's my what I've been playing for the past.
Now, question for you, Tyhoon.
Yes.
You said you're hell bent on getting a PS4. Is that fair to say?
Oh, correct.
All right.
Yes.
So are you gonna replay Ground Zeroes on the PS4 or?
Most likely not.
Oh.
I will just go right into Metal Gear Solid 5, the Phantom Pain. Yeah, just go right into it.
Now, wait, is Ground Zeroes called Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, or is it just Metal Gear Solid?
Yeah,
Ground
Metal Gear
Zeroes?
Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
Okay, all right. I didn't know. They kind of. I didn't know what was happening with that for like the longest time, and
Yeah, no one really.
No one
did
yeah,
that.
yeah. So Injustice, what you still get a lot of enjoyment out of that? I kind of fell off.
Yeah. My brother's really good. He actually beats me majority of the time. Kind of sad, but
Well, you're not that great though. Who do you guys
He
like?
kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I call it my own trinity. I use Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman.
Listeners, feel free to click ahead about 10 or 15 minutes.
We're gonna have time tags
This
in the
is
video, so don't
this
worry.
is gonna get bad. Go ahead, Tyhoon.
Okay, look, yeah, Batman, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman. That's the ones I go for, and then I mix it up with what was it? Doomsday Flash. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You
think
use the
Doomsday's-
DLC characters at all, or?
No, I only have Batgirl, and my brother's been like really eager to like get the Ultimate Edition with like all the skins and all the new characters.
If you were PS Plus, it's like $5 now,
yeah.
which is ridiculous.
So yeah, there's that, but like I don't have much more time here, and
That's-
so I don't know if I'll
Before
be
you
able
come
to
back
get
to the
that.
United States, because if you don't say that, it just sounds sad.
What?
You don't have much time in Australia before you come back to the United States.
That's correct. Yes.
You're not dying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. I've only got like less than 2 weeks left in
Wow.
Australia until I go back to America for college. And yeah,
The university.
university. Yep, uni. So how about we get right into our main topic for
Wait a
today,
minute. Hey,
Get
buddy.
into it.
I did not talk about what I was playing. Thank you.
No one cares, Gerard. You're irrelevant.
Nobody cares.
No, because I actually played some video games. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Uh, if you follow me on Twitter at Sherrod Roderick, you know that I you know that I finished up
Shameless
Shovel
plug.
Knight. Yeah, of course. Finished up Shovel Knight today. Uh, Shovel Knight was probably one of my favorite releases to come out this year. I think. Just it's such a well-designed game. It's a perfect marriage of like Castlevania and Mega Man, and the music is awesome. And I'll bring it up again today. But yeah, play that game. It's great. I also just bought Fract OSC, which is a music puzzle game, which is kind of appropriate for this week, I think. Um, that game's really great. Like, it doesn't hold your hand at all. It doesn't tell you what to do. It's just like you click the right mouse button, something might happen, and then you just kind of have to like figure everything out on your own. I played a little Goat Simulator. Speaks for itself. I've been playing a lot of Saints Row 4. Really enjoy Saints Row 4. Just it's my kind of craziness, and I can dress my guy up like someone from the Matrix. So why not? I think that's mostly it. I wanted to start on Xenogears again, but I didn't get a chance to. But that's a quick rundown of what I've been doing, since apparently we have to get moving, because why would anybody care what I'm playing? You know, I'm just a host, whatever. Nobody cares. Episode 2, nobody cares about me. That's our new topic. Go. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, so our topic for today's episode is video game soundtracks. There's, like sound design.
Sound design.
Yeah, all the good stuff about music. Because music is very important to, I guess, the whole entertainment medium, for movies, TV shows, music industry, obviously. But, and for games, like the music sometimes can be the make or break. And sometimes people can remember the music more than the game itself. That's the kind of impact music can have on people. Yep. So that's our topic for the day.
Yes, sound design. All right, we can approach this any way you guys want. We can go by game. We can go by composers. We can start with a general discussion of our favorite types of sound design in games. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it's important to distinguish that you have like your traditional games where they have like their own in-house made music. Also, you have like your sports games where they take in like the big name artists and use their songs.
Yeah.
It's like your Maddens, your FIFAs, like the
licensed soundtracks.
Exactly. So that kind of important things to distinguish also, because there are iconic soundtracks in games. Like SmackDown vs. Raw from 2006, like that was, like, my friends and I, we love that soundtrack. Also, you have the classics like Ocarina of Time, the Castlevania series,
Sure.
where it's in-house, but just so iconic also. So something important to keep in mind also about the discussion.
Yeah. I mean, do you prefer one over the other? Is there something more appealing about just having licensed soundtrack?
I like the idea of licensed soundtrack as long as it actually fits the game.
Okay.
If they just bring in like this artist is hot right now, let's just put them in the game for no reason, I'm a little ticked off. But like if the song had like a good tempo for the game or just seemed appropriate, then that I enjoy.
People seem to like the FIFA soundtrack a lot, I've noticed. I wouldn't know anything about that, but
Yeah, never actually.
In NBA 2K, just recently it was announced that Pharrell Williams will be pretty much making music for NBA 2K15. You can put some tracks in there, so you're beginning to see these big artists contribute a lot more to like video game music, like the licensed music Chris talked about. So it's becoming I guess a big component for uh, get like sports games, to have like these big people come and say, I contributed music, hear my soundtrack in this, and things like Rock Band, a Rock Band
Sure.
game,
Yeah.
Oh, true.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's very licensed music oriented, and it works for people. They're big sellers.
I always thought I think of those music games. Is that the like exact genre? Rhythm game? Rhythm game, yeah.
Yeah, rhythm
Um,
games.
in a different way though with their approach to licensed music because actually when Guitar Hero first came out, it was um, covers. It was covers of these songs, right? It wasn't just like them taking the licensed music, putting it in the game, and then you'd play over it or play with it, as it were. It was, yeah, it was covers. Like the studio did covers of that, which was an interesting way to approach it. Little fun fact: if you ever had a party or want to impress somebody, or Jeopardy, I don't know. All right, conversation over. Thanks everybody for tuning in to the Idle Animation Podcast. I actually did have a question for you guys.
I was here.
Um, what was the first? All right, like think back to your video game, your birth, right? Like just close
Yeah.
your eyes for a second. Are they closed?
Yes.
All right, go back to when you first started playing video games, right? That
Mm-hmm.
that really warm, fuzzy feeling they gave you. What was the first set? What's the first sound thing you remember?
Ah, well, those who listened to the first episode would know that I started my gaming hobby with PlayStation. So it's become like an iconic sound, a very nostalgic sound of hearing the original PlayStation's like startup sound, the Sony
Oh
computer
God,
on the
yes.
screen. Like that screen, that like that music.
Mm-hmm.
God, like it. I still remember very clearly, you know, and like yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's definitely like the first sound that I heard. I was like, this is something. This is something to look forward to. Something grand.
were you saying that like as a little kid? It's grand.
Yeah, so like something to look forward to. Yeah, yeah.
Mum, this is grand. No,
Sure.
I have like a Pavlovian response to hearing that. Like I hear it and I'm like, all right, let's play some Metal Gear Solid or something, you know?
Mine was,
Yeah.
like, let's get into like Crash Bandicoot. So,
Right. Which neither of us have played. Me and Nardi.
No,
uh,
never touched it.
Nope. I had Mario. What did I need Crash for?
Yeah, I think
Nardi.
for me, iconic like sound memory from my childhood. Okay, so I remember I started off playing the Street Fighter 2 arcade game.
Yes. I
So
like
for
where this
me,
is
it's
going.
the like that startup music it played in the very beginning, then the sound of the I guess the coin registering in the machine to get the credits.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that
It,
sound. I know the sound you're
yeah,
talking about. I think
that's probably it for me. That's my nostalgia song or noise.
nostalgia noise. I like it. I like that. Maybe we'll call the episode that.
That could
Um,
work.
I think that actually the Street Fighter 2, I forget which one it is. If it's the one where two dudes are like fighting, like two random guys are fighting each other like in front of a building.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
I actually sort of modeled the intro music for this podcast on that because that dan 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 like that just makes me again Pavlovian response. I just think like all right, it's time to pick Ryu and nobody else.
Well, that's a big thing too at the time because the graphics were only as good as they can make them. So you need like that iconic sound to lure people into the arcade,
Yeah.
into the arcade room.
Yeah, no, I was a big fan of Street Fighter 2. That's where my fighting game business started. My private business. Um, I think for me, it's a couple of things, but most stuff I experienced on my SNES. Um, Super Mario definitely like the very light, airy tunes of Dinosaur. What is it called? Dinosaur Island, like the first world in Super Mario World, first level, whatever. Um, it's a very like happy-go-lucky kind of tune, and like the pause screen chime when you hit the pause button, when you hit the start button. That and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for Turtles in Time, which I maintain is one of the best beat 'em ups to have ever graced this ugly planet. And like the music in it, especially Alley Cat Blues, look that one up. It's really great. It's really fun. Yeah, there's a lot to love. The sound effects in that game are crazy too. Like they're probably some of my favorite sound effects.
Sound effects. Speaking of sound effects, like let's see.
Beep up.
Crash Band, like the whole Crash Bandicoot franchise. I guess for actually like this can apply for like any platformer back in the days. You know,
Sure.
like Donkey Kong, Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. Like their sound effects are very popular, very catchy.
Yeah.
Like like Mario getting the coin sound,
Yeah.
and the sound, like that like still is one of the most iconic sounds, Like you play that and people are, oh, that's Mario, or like Pikachu, like Pikachu.
God.
When Pikachu does his cry, you know it's Pikachu.
Pikachu's
Well,
cry.
Pikachu says Pikachu. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
When Pikachu says Pikachu.
Like when Pika,
It's about to get real.
Yes.
Yeah,
Pika Pika. Let's throw down.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that. But Crash Bandicoot wise, those who know who've played that game, would know how iconic the sounds are. Like Crash, like the spinning sound, the Wumpa Fruit sound, Crash dying sound. That all that's still to me very special. Like I said,
Can you reproduce the dying sound right here with your mouth? Like just how does it sound to you?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Is it guttural? Is it like oh?
No. Crash is like very lighthearted. So it's like something like that. Something like that. Yeah, look it up, and it's like that. It's like that, And Crash Bandicoot is a fellow Aussie, Bandicoots. So like.
Oh yeah.
Crash. Yeah. So Crash and I go a long way back. Great connection.
Ever see a Bandicoot in the wild?
Yes, I have. We go on camps. In schools here, you go on camps.
Okay.
And I went to a place called South Stradbroke. I don't live too far from here now. And that place has like wild bandicoots. Like you set up tents and everything like near the beach, and you have like wallabies and bandicoots walking around. Yeah, so we do have that. Yeah.
Do they crash? These bandicoots?
No.
Okay.
That's a huge disappointment, but yeah, that's the reality we live in.
Well, I guess they couldn't call the game Chillaxing Bandicoot,
Yeah,
just in the same ring.
Yeah. So like platformers in general just have great music. Like Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country has some of the best music I've ever heard. Actually, that's one of the ones I noted for today.
Yeah.
The underwater theme. The underwater theme in particular, I think, is magnificent.
Well, the main theme, like what you call it, Jungle Japes.
Yeah.
Like that. That's my favorite. When I played Donkey Kong 64, that's when I first heard it, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is great.
Did they remix it?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Well, they rearranged it a bit,
I played Donkey Kong Country like in the past 6 months, but it's been years and years since I played Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, how like Nintendo's doing all these remakes, right, for like the Wii U.
Yeah.
I'm always like fingers crossed, like even if it's on the 3DS, like do a Donkey Kong 64, and I'll buy that.
It'll never
that
happen.
I'll buy. That I'll buy.
It'll never happen.
Oh no.
It'll happen.
It won't. For the same reason, I was just looking up Diddy Kong Racing today
Yeah.
because I really want to play that game like on my actual TV, and it will never happen because of Rare and them getting bought by Microsoft. It won't happen.
Are you serious?
It won't happen.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Any beautiful game that Rare created when they were in their heyday, gone. And they made a lot of them.
Oh, they sure did.
Jet Force Gemini, all the Donkey Kongs, Conker, Banjo, like, ugh.
Okay, so what about? Okay,
Video game
what
music.
about? Yeah, look. How about I give you guys a rundown of what kind of music I like, why I like this kind of stuff, right?
Give it to us, Wallaby man.
Okay, so I love like epic music. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
like this music found in like trailers. Like movie trailers, video game trailers, TV trailers, all that. Like yeah. All the the choral, backtrack and like epic dark music. I like the dark music, like that moody dark music, that feeling of like epic battle. Like I just love it. So like, besides video game ones, there's a lot of companies that make specific trailer music. Like there's a company called Immediate Music, Audio Machine. I like to have whole albums of them. Right?
2 Steps from Hell, I think.
Yeah, 2 Steps from Hell. Yep.
Hold on. So there's companies that actually just make trailer music?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. I had no idea.
Specifically trailer music. Yeah, and when I like listen to one that's like, oh, that's a really cool soundtrack, I download the entire album. Okay, we're getting illegal here, but whatever.
And they're like
we're not
cool
pirates,
songs
don't
too,
arrest
like,
us.
Yeah.
They're
like 3 to 8 minute songs. It's not like 20-second sound clip either.
Oh really?
Yep. Yeah. So I really like these kind of music, and video games have a lot of them. And like the thing is, I have a lot of these soundtracks on my iTunes. And I listen to them. I put them, some of them are even part of my like workout music.
Yeah.
I just love these orchestrated, great, epic music. And like it doesn't have to be epic, but like I guess like mood setting, like it has to fit the game.
Because when you go to the gym, you want to feel like you could probably tear that guy's head off. If you
I picture that kind of stuff.
Okay.
One of the recent ones is
this is apparently Tyhoon's last episode. He gets arrested.
No, in a fantasy setting, So just for kid, I'll go into later.
Yes, just for kid.
He did Assassin's Creed soundtracks from 1 to Revelations, I believe, and no, up till 3, and then he did a track called Venice Rooftops. Now, if you guys play it, you guys will recognize that's like the very main theme of Assassin's Creed 2. It's just the same kind of thing,
Right.
And he did like for those who don't know, in Soul Calibur 5, Ezio was the guest fighter, and
oh God, was he?
Yeah, he was, and they did a remix of that track, and it's really epic with the drums and everything. So that's part of my track. But going back to what I was saying about liking the epic music, epic music in games was like God of War, Chris Valesco. He contributed to God of War. Yeah, the trilogy, actually. The entire trilogy he did. He also did Mass Effect. Now, Mass Effect 3 specifically. And Mass Effect 3 definitely had a great soundtrack, I think. One with the Krogan theme. That was really good.
I didn't get that far in Mass Effect 3. Like, I'm maybe a quarter to half way through it right now. Just because I keep forgetting that I'm playing it.
Oh boy.
But I mean, like what I remember from Mass Effect is always like the overall theme of it. Like
Yeah, yeah,
That your
yeah.
choices kind of matter but don't, or you mean like the music theme?
good.
Okay, yeah, that could be a whole different debate, but we won't go there for right now. Not
Look at
right now.
this. Look at this
Not
guy
right
taking
now.
taking pot shots at Mass Effect.
Like epic music also is like Metal Gear Solid. Now, Harry Gregson Williams
Mm-hmm.
is also who did the entire Metal Gear Solid. Williams, sorry, did the entire Metal Gear Solid saga, right? There's the classic Metal Gear Solid theme, which I still listen to till this day. The best version of it, I think, is the Metal Gear Solid 2 theme.
Is
It's
that the? Are you talking about the song that plays when during the intro?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like that's my favorite Metal Gear Solid theme. And then the soundtracks for Metal Gear Solid 4 was very fitting. Like it was very moving as well. And the Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker theme is also very epic and cool. I love that a lot.
I don't even
Oh,
remember that.
and the Batman Arkham games. Arkham Asylum,
Wait,
Arkham
wait,
City.
wait, wait. Let's. Can we stay on Metal Gear for a little bit?
Okay, we'll stay at Metal Gear.
Because I feel like there's a lot of intricacy to point out with Metal Gear, and I don't want to just like gloss over it.
Okay.
There's a lot of different songs that are memorable in Metal Gear. Like I think the 3 had some good music for the boss fights.
Yeah.
But I especially love the love theme. I think from 4.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that was
A
a
lot
good
of
one.
people, yeah, a lot of people like that one.
I think they threw it in Brawl, Natural's Brawl. They threw it in.
They
Oh, did they
did.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat.
And also, speaking of the Brawl one, they put an encounter. I don't know if you guys know this song.
Um,
Vaguely.
is it like the song that plays when you get caught or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's from Metal Gear Solid 1. They put a remix version of that
Oh,
in
the
Brawl.
dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Like that. That was so good. Every time when I played Brawl,
Mhm.
like I'd make sure I choose Shadow Moses and make sure that one comes on. Like if it actually didn't come on, I would I'll go back out and then replay this, reselect the stage so the encounter comes on, and that's like
There's a way you
what-
can
huh?
actually go in and set the music to only play that song if you want to.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because as you play this story mode, you get CDs that have like different
Yeah.
songs for each stage. You can go in and basically select the ones you want to play.
That's
Oh
cool.
my god, I had no idea.
I only played Brawl for like a week, so.
I had no idea, Chris. But it's one of the best tracks to fight in Brawl. Actually, it's really epic. It's epic there. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about Metal Gear Solid? You want to continue?
I'm just trying to think of, other things that I remember from it. Because, like, I don't know what the song is called, but when the orchestral music that plays when you're down the hall from Psycho Mantis in 1.
Oh yeah.
I love that song.
I don't know the track of that one. Metal Gear Solid, it has an iconic sound design as well. The alert sign,
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
the alert.
I
Yeah,
feel like every part of my body clenches every time I hear that.
I have that on my phone for a text message
Yeah.
alert.
I would never be calm.
Yeah, so Metal Gear Solid is very, I'd say legendary. Yeah, legendary
Legendary.
soundtrack. Yeah,
You heard it here
I had-
first.
yeah. Let's see, what else? Then you have. I'd also like a lot of fighting game music, like Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. Soundtracks were done by Hideyuki Fukasawa-san. Okay, and this guy makes some really good music for Capcom.
Wait,
Not gonna lie.
what did he work on for Street Fighter 4? Do you know the?
Oh, the entire thing.
Okay.
The entire thing, as well as Street Fighter Cross Tekken, as well as Marvel vs. Capcom.
Whose fault was indestructible?
Who's what?
Whose fault was indestructible? Who was responsible for that?
That I don't think is him.
Okay.
that I don't think is him.
I was gonna say Street Fighter 4 is an odd one to call out if we're gonna go for like best soundtrack.
No, like
Not
the stage,
like that song.
the stage music. I like that song, by the way.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I do like it.
Yeah, it figures. It's a you kind of song.
It's a me kind of song. Okay, but yeah, no, like it had a lot of great stage music. Yeah.
So I think Street Fighter 2 wins hands down though
Yeah,
in the Street Fighter series.
Street Fighter 2 has the best music. I don't care what he says.
Right now, Guile's theme, it goes with anything.
It does.
Oh yes.
Like all the games we mentioned, get rid of their soundtracks, throw in Guile theme, it'll work.
When I was younger, I used to pronounce Guile's name Guile. Just thought I'd throw that out there. You know, if you want to press somebody at a party, or you know, if you're on Jeopardy, I don't know.
Just say Guile. Yeah.
Guile.
Gosh. Yeah. And like in terms of fighting music, Tekken 5 had great soundtracks, as stage music as well as Injustice. Christopher Drake does Injustice, and the main theme for that I have on my phone. It's great. I love it.
I like the song that plays when you're done with with the arcade mode.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But still, the main theme is more epic though. It's epic.
No.
It is epic. How do you deny that? That's not epic.
You said it's more epic. I don't even like the word epic. It's more It's more pleasing to the ears.
Which is epic. And okay, continuing on my list.
Epic.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Let's see. What should I discuss this? Final Fantasy.
I was wondering when we were gonna hit JRPGs.
Actually, you know what? Okay, no. Actually, let's not. I'm gonna stick with Western, and then we go to Japan because Japan's a whole different thing.
I know they are.
Okay. Deus Ex Human Revolution has amazing, moody soundtrack. It is so good. I love it. It's by Michael McMahon, I think. Where is it? Michael. Yes, Michael McCann. He did sound. He has a track called Icarus, which is like the main theme for Deus Ex.
Right.
Amazing soundtrack. It is very moody. It fits that game so well. You know, I like music that fits the game well. Like going into Portal. You know, Portal has great sound design that fits, and the music that fits right into Portal, the universe. You know.
Right.
That's amazing. Fitting music also. Battlefield. The Battlefield theme I love also. It has fitting music in the campaigns. The epic war-like feel. That's great. And then you have Assassin's Creed series, great soundtrack. Starting from Assassin's Creed 2 with Jesper Kid.
Wasn't there one that Jesper Kid didn't work on, like Revelations or something?
No, he did. All of them until Black Flags.
Really?
So
I thought there was one that he didn't.
I'm sure maybe he didn't do Revelations, but I'm pretty sure he did at least all of them up until.
This is the part where I'll go Wikipedia and check it out.
Research.
Yes.
I'm not even bothering to check it. I'm just going off memory. I thought there was one that he did not do.
No, but I told you. He did it until Revelations. Revelations was the last one. Okay, so Revelation was the last one. He didn't do 3.
Yeah,
3 on.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So you said you told me. Are we going back to that part?
Yeah. As I told you, right? Okay. So then Assassin's Creed has a great soundtrack. I'm also going to mention, well, Naughty Dog stuff, you know? Uncharted has great, you know, that adventurous kind of feel music, and it's like fitting to each situation that Nathan Drake has put in. That's great music.
I can't remember any Uncharted music
The
right now
main
off the
thing,
top of
da,
my
da,
head.
Yeah, I remember the
da,
main theme. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
da,
guess because I have to listen to it starting the
da.
game. Starting the game.
I would stand there and listen. You know, like sometimes in Uncharted, like I would, especially in 2, I did this a lot. I'd just stand there and just look around the scenery, you know, and listen to music and let me sink into, oh, you
I'm
know,
I'm
back
sorry,
into
Tyhoon. Would you say that you waited till the idle animation came up?
yes,
Would you say
yes,
Oh
that?
shit.
I did. Indeed, indeed, I did. Just looking at the scenery, Shambhala, and Uncharted.
Shambhala. Hmm.
Oh gosh.
Shambhala
Oh man.
was 2, right? That was the one with the Tree
Yeah,
of
too.
Life and the
Yep.
blue people.
Yep. And then yeah, Uncharted had great.
Just
I love.
picturing Typhoon walking around the Australian outback, that song playing as he just wanders,
Gets lost
climbing
right
over
there.
sand dunes and stuff,
Bonds with the wallabies.
That is perfect. That is, that is perfect.
punching
Uh,
kangaroos and whatnot.
uh, Last of Us is a very good example of it. The soundtrack doesn't have to be epic, but it's so fitting and moving that it's incredible in that
Yeah.
sense. You know, like by Gustavo, what is his last name? Gustavo Santalala.
This is now my
That's
favorite
apologize for
episode.
butchering your name.
Gustavo. Okay, his soundtrack for Last of Us is incredible. He did the whole thing, and the main theme. Oh gosh, the one that's played in like most trailers. Oh gosh, very moving, very moving.
It's got that game has great sound design in general. I think you know
Exactly. Yep.
just I mean I'm just gonna say right now that we should probably break up voice acting, which is part of sound design, into its own entity because
Yeah.
it's such a big thing to wrap a talk around. But
Fair enough.
I think that Last of Us probably sets the mood for its world better than a lot of modern games.
Yeah. Indeed. Indeed. Indeed, and that's why many people like the game and like the soundtrack. They're very interested. You know, uh, I think that's pretty much it for Western games. I mentioned Mass Effect, great soundtracks. Um I mean, even though I haven't played much of Skyrim,
Yeah.
I do appreciate Jeremy Soul's soundtrack for that, especially the Dragonborn track, which is the main theme. You know, that's epic in a lot of ways. You know, and you've seen so many people do different covers for it. You know,
Yeah.
it's amazing. That's very awesome.
Jeremy Soule knows how to do very. I'm scrambling to grab another word than epic. Um, very. I guess adventurous, sprawling. He has sprawling compositions. He worked on all the Elder Scrolls series, and I jumped into Elder Scrolls at Morrowind, which is where the cool kids got on. And I think that the music from that game and Oblivion really sticks in my head. I mean, Skyrim, yeah, too, because it's got the choral chanting, you know, Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin,
The Greybeards.
something 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 something. You know the rest of it.
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, like the whole Greybeards thing. Like it's that the music from those games. If I think of, I would say in my mind is more, or at least on the same level as like Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. I'm just
Yeah.
putting that out there.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys are fans of the Elder Scrolls series, so you guys know more about sound design of that. Um, I guess in other ones, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of other games I really appreciated the music for, but like these are real like standouts from like I guess Western type games.
Right.
And now, to go into my Japanese section, you know.
And I'm assuming if Uematsu isn't the first person you name, I'm gonna kick you off the show.
So my favorite Japanese composer is Yoko Shimomura. Okay. Now, back, thanks to her, she was the first, I guess. Well, not really. Around the time I played Kingdom Hearts 2 was also around the time just before it. Like I got my first iPad. I'm not iPad, sorry, iPod. First iPod. You know those the video ones.
Video iPod.
Yeah.
Thousands of years
And
ago.
Kingdom Hearts 2 was one of the first soundtracks I ever downloaded. The first one. Yeah, the first one. Cause I love Kingdom Hearts music that much. She did all the Kingdom Hearts. Okay, so around the time I got Kingdom Hearts 2 was the time I got an iPod,
Or an
and
iPad.
or an iPad. Yeah.
Was it a video iPod?
Yes, the video iPod. You know, the 60 gig. I was like, oh gosh. And Kingdom Hearts 2 was the first soundtrack I've ever downloaded. I like the music in all the Kingdom Hearts games are so. It has a whole dynamic range. It has like such cheerful music, you know, from like Disney aspect of things, and it gets to very, and it has like a mellow, sad songs, and then it has like great battle music, and it has epic battle music, and then it has like goosebump worthy music. Like it has a whole dynamic range of things, and this woman is responsible for all those epic Kingdom Hearts tracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could probably do a whole podcast on just praising this lady. Like her music is so good. Like I have the entire Kingdom Hearts 2 soundtrack on my iTunes. Like she released
it regularly.
Actually, I just recently started to listen to it again because we were prepping for this podcast, and it was nostalgia. I'm like, oh crap! And then I just played through every song, just sitting there, browsing 9gag, and just listening to Kingdom Hearts music, epic ass music.
There go all our listeners.
Fantastic music from her.
You know what she also worked on?
Street Fighter 2, right?
Well, besides Street Fighter 2. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. I think that's probably my second favorite video game soundtrack of all time. Just because of the catchiness, you know, it's very memorable. I'm just thinking of like the theme from Monstro Town, Yoshi's Island stuff. It's a very very well done soundtrack. Geno's theme. Or Gino, I don't know how you pronounce it.
I've never played that game, so I wouldn't know.
Nardi, did you ever play Super Mario RPG? Please tell me you have.
I didn't, but a friend of mine used to play the kind that you're talking about.
I'm gonna cry.
So meanwhile, Shiraz cries in the corner. Yeah, like just wrap up on Shimomura-san. You know, her soundtrack for Kingdom Hearts 2 especially, like battle themes for the Organization 13 battles, those were just incredible sounds. And so I'm very much looking forward to the next project, which is Final Fantasy 15. And then I also
When it comes down, 5 years.
Yeah, I'm predicting 2016.
Got it memorized. That's a thing. That's a thing that the guy with the red hair says.
I mean, Axel.
Yeah, Axel.
Yeah.
I totally played that game.
And then talking about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
Nobuo Uematsu-san.
Yeah.
You know, he's legendary.
He's like the king.
Yeah. He did so many Final Fantasy tracks up until 12, and then 13 he was supposed to do it, but then he had a different project, and so
Yeah, the
different
project
person
was
did.
called Knowing When to Get Out because he's smart.
No, and so Masashi Hamauzu-san did Final Fantasy 13, and someone else did. No, I think he did 14. Uematsu-san did 14 as well, and now
14
Shimomura-san.
was one of the MMOs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely most memorable tracks from Uematsu-san is One Winged Angel, the
Yep.
Sephiroth. Yep,
I knew it was gonna be that one.
Yep. And to Xanacan, the
Yeah.
Final Fantasy X soundtrack. That's beautiful. Um, yeah, I mean, and he did. Chris, you'll like this. You know the Super Smash Bros. Brawl main theme, right? That plays at the menu and all that.
Yeah, with
Like,
like Latin music or whatever. Or
yeah. That was composed by this guy. I'm like,
oh,
oh,
really?
well, even I didn't know that. I was like, crap, that's amazing. And this guy's very versatile, and I just love his music. Ask any RPG fan, what's one of your favorite tracks? Probably chances are they'll probably name a Final Fantasy track as well.
Yeah.
It's very very catchy.
I think the music in all right, Sevens, regardless of what you think of it, the music is probably one of the most memorable uh, Final Fantasy soundtracks, probably of
All
all of
time.
them.
Yep, yep, indeed. Um, yeah, like the sound design for all these games, really, like the battle themes and then the victory fanfare,
Yep.
like that's all like you know very memorable stuff. Um,
I have the same kind of like I feel as stressed as I get when I hear the alert sound in Metal Gear Solid, I feel equally as happy and triumphant when I hear the Final Fantasy victory fanfare
yeah,
song.
exactly. But yeah, like that's my pretty much my take on like music. Favorite franchises. I played them. Really enjoyed the music. Very setting. Very yeah. Just very awesome music. And pretty much the ones I've mentioned are like the ones are on my iTunes. So
Yeah.
and then then I have a whole bunch of like the trailer music, epic music stuff, and then like movie music. Movie music being Dark Knight music and Dark Knight Rises, Man of Steel,
Yeah.
DC, and that's about it. That's about it. Yeah, so that's my take on OSTs and soundtracks. I love them. I love. I mean, yeah, I just love the stuff. I download. I'm a huge fan of music. It means a lot. I listen to it a lot, and I'll still continue to do so. Yep.
Nardi, do you want to go next?
Let's go talk about the Legend of Zelda series
Yeah, we can.
because they had some iconic music, especially Ocarina of Time, like that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever play Ocarina of Time?
I
Don't make me mad. Don't make me mad.
Chris, tell you the truth, I've never really played any Zelda games. Like,
Thank you for listening to the Idle Animation Podcast. This is the
like,
second false ending that you're getting because I'm
like,
angry.
Chris, you know those people who thought Link was Zelda.
Thank you for
Oh
listening to
no!
the Idle Animation Podcast.
Don't do it, Tyhoon. Don't tell me.
I just being truthful. I didn't know that Link was Link until I got onto the
Oh,
internet. I didn't know. I thought he was Zelda. I thought
God.
Zelda was a guy's name. Nope, didn't
no.
know he was out to save princess named Zelda. Yeah.
Oh.
And the thing is,
Nardi,
like, my friends back then, like, they didn't even have Zelda. We played
Crash Bandicoot, because you had Bandicoots in the Outback.
No, Nintendo 64 wise, we played Mario Kart, Super Mario 64, and what was the other game?
There were a lot.
We played GoldenEye. That's right, GoldenEye.
Right.
Everyone played that, right? Yeah.
Everyone played.
But yeah,
that.
I didn't play Super Smash Bros. Till like Melee, and the only time I played a Zelda game was when I had the Game Boy, and I was in Korea, and in Korea they sell these Game Boy packs where it's like 25 in one.
I love those things.
And as I go through that list, it had Zelda, so I like try to play it, give it a shot. And all it was is like 2D sprites, just going around Zelda, like spinning around with a sword, cutting grass and pots. I had no idea what the hell was going on, so I just didn't do anything. So that's my Zelda adventure. I've not touched a Zelda game in forever.
Note to self: edit the last 2 or 3 minutes out. Nardi, what's your favorite? So Nardi, you said the Legend of Zelda, right? Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite songs from that?
Let's see. Remember the Gerudo Valley one?
I have heard the Gerudo Valley.
That one, it just fits so well, like it's almost like deserty area, like almost like a
flamenco or something like that.
You almost make like a Moroccan theme.
Yeah.
And it just fits the stage. So like all the songs, they just fit, and that's something. Like at the time, just made the game because graphic wise, they were limited. It was one of the first 3D Zelda games, so
I thought it looked great.
An achievement, but
I thought it looked great for the time.
Over time, yeah, but looking back on it now, it's
it's kind of rough.
Yeah, I think of the game. I remember the graphics. I remember the soundtrack.
Right.
The Deku Tree music, the boss fight music. It was just like the Hylian field music.
Oh yeah. It's there's a lot of woodwinds in that.
Yeah. The big aspect of the game too was music, because you would go through and learn a new song with your ocarina, and that would allow you to teleport to different areas, unlock certain things.
I think the teleport songs are my favorites. I liked Nocturne of Shadow.
Yeah.
Requiem of Spirit and Saria's song. Those are my absolute favorite songs in that game.
Also another one too, Song of Storms.
Oh yeah. You learned that in the windmill.
Yeah. The guy turning his little organ grinder, getting pissed off at you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I asked Typhoon for his input on this stuff, but
don't. Just
don't. He's that guy.
Nope.
Input on what?
Well, just Zelda soundtracks in general, but
Was there another Zelda soundtrack that was really good? I mean, Twilight Princess had a lot of the Ocarina of Time songs.
Yeah.
I don't remember Wind Waker's songs very fondly. Well, I don't remember
not really.
Wind Waker fondly.
Majora's Mask had some, but some of them were like Ocarina of Time kind of remixes almost.
Are you a Majora's Mask person?
I played it, never got all the way through.
Okay.
Then I got to just about the last temple, but I had it on the GameCube Collector's Edition disc.
Okay.
Because mine had a scratch, so it would kind of skip at certain parts, so it kind of unplayable. The last one, but
yeah. I enjoyed Majora's Mask. I like the tone of that game. It's very creepy. Yeah, I'm a big Majora's Mask fan.
A lot of it too. It would take Song of Time, Ocarina of Time, but then you had you have to alter in certain ways to kind of create a whole new song. That was kind of nice.
Right. Yeah, but playing it backwards.
Yeah, because it was a mix-up at the same time. Still kept the iconic sound more or less.
Right.
I think that's all I got for Ocarina of Time. Anything I'm missing, you think, Gerard, or?
I'm trying to think of overall Zelda. I didn't jump into Zelda until Link to the Past. I mean, that has a lot. The Dark World theme in Link to the Past is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, one of my favorite sound effects in music is the sound effect when you switch from the Dark World to the Light World. Something about that. I don't know. I love it. It's very.
The little magic mirror sound.
Yeah. It's very sparkly, and that just like whoa, that like that accompanies it. So
Yeah, I remember that.
such a great sound effect.
Well,
Who told you to come out?
on the topic of
Go back. Go back in your cage.
Games, Nintendo-based games. Super Smash Bros. Series has a great collection of like the greatest Nintendo musics, you know, and it comes together. At least that's what happened in Brawl, right? Sakurai-san, the director of Super Smash, you know, he asked all different types of composers to like listen to these iconic Nintendo tracks and come with remixes. And the results were like freaking fantastic. You know, like Brawl had such great songs all over. Like I really liked a lot of them.
I'm sure you guys remember with Smash Bros. Melee, Nintendo Power actually had a thing where their one issue actually came with a live orchestra version of the game soundtrack.
Did it really?
Yeah, it was like a one-off episode magazine they had, and yeah, very nice. You know,
that's cool.
Live full-string orchestra doing it.
I bet that's very expensive to find now. I did not know about that.
Yeah, I have no idea about that. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, if I find a CD in my house, I'll I'll let you guys copy it.
Yeah.
Anytime home.
Wow.
I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
Melee was like my big Super Smash Brothers game.
Because you didn't play Brawl, so.
I played Brawl for a week.
That's not enough. You gotta put in 100 hours like everyone else.
God.
Did you guys ever play? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Chris. I'll mention.
Did you guys ever play the Fire Emblem series?
I haven't. No, I've always wanted to get into that, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it had a pretty nice soundtrack too. I mean, it's a turn-based strategy game, but the soundtrack did have like the overview of the map and whatnot.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it being played, but I've never played it myself.
Anyway, you were saying, Typhoon?
Oh yeah, Nintendo. Speaking of Nintendo in Japanese, Pokemon has. Let's see. You know, Pokemon has very fitting music to the Pokemon world. It had a lot of cool sounds. Don't you think?
It was impressive that each Pokemon has their own unique grunt, digital grunt.
Cry.
I'm gonna go with grunt.
But it's called cries though.
So the grunts that these Pokemon grunt in Pokemon, yeah, I think that part of it's impressive. I mean, like I can tell you if I hear the Pokemon Center music, I know what that's like. I still remember that, but I don't know.
Well, did you guys hear about the Lavender Town music from the Japanese to the U.S. versions?
Yeah, I remember something about that.
Okay, so maybe you don't remember. In the Japanese version of the Pokemon game, I think it was like Red and Green, Lavender Town music supposedly caused a bunch of kids to become suddenly depressed, you know, try to commit suicide.
Yeah.
Like, you can actually notice in the U.S. version there is a slight change in the audio. It's not as high pitch, I think.
They just like changed the key?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, rumors were unfounded. I don't think there's ever actually a reported case of it, but it's one of those, you know, fun things from the early 90s.
Yeah. I mean, like, these companies have to cover themselves in the end, so, you know.
It's sort of best, too, because it was kind of a bit like a high, like a kind of shrilly-ish noise. Especially if you have, like, you know, sensitive hearing, it'd probably, you know, take a toll after a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lavender Town was the one with the tower that had gravestones in it, right? I mean,
Yeah, it was a depressing place where Gary's rag Kate may have died. You fight ghosts and whatnot.
Yeah, like
yes. Indeed.
And we'll have to cover like video game, you know, lore and whatnot and rumors in that episode.
Oh god, I would love that. We get to Ben drowned from Ocarina of Time. Oh no,
I don't
Majora's
know.
Mask.
So, any other Nintendo games you guys think of
Well, I
while we're
mean,
on topic, or
this is your spotlight's on you, buddy. Are there any more Nintendo games you want to talk about? This is what I want to know.
let's see. I'm trying to do a quick run through. We already covered the Mario games.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Mario more extensively if you want.
It's, Get remember the Dr. Mario theme?
If you put it
Yes.
on the other
Oh my God.
music, you're a monster.
I remember the McDonald's near my house. They actually had N64 set up.
What?
They had N64 set up next to the ball pit.
Oh wow.
The only game they had playing there was Dr. Mario. So it was just non-stop the the whole entire time. Like it gets cute for like the first minute. After a while, it's like just turn it off.
I like that song. I forget what it's called. Beaver, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, in general, like Mario games have great soundtracks. Like all of them. Mario Kart has always exciting, fun music. So does Mario platformers. Mario music is great.
I think Rainbow Road especially has a lot of good Rainbow Road songs.
Yeah.
Throughout the years. 64, especially. I like that one.
That was a nice one, yeah. Then let's see. Staying on Nintendo topic, were you guys big into the Metroid series?
I played Fusion. I played Super Metroid, and that might be it. Some of Prime. Maybe like half of Prime.
I've played Samus and Super Smash Bros. And that's about.
That's it.
That's it. Yep.
Damn it, guys.
Sorry, I love the idea of Metroid. I just never get around to playing. I think they're fantastic games. Like I want to go through and play every single Metroid games. I love Metroid. I love the designs. And Super Metroid is just such it's an amazing game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the Prime ones, the main menu music especially, just like it fits the games really nicely. Kind of like not melancholy, but give you a sense like it's kind of like more
sciencey.
Exactly.
I love the Metroid Prime menu screen. I don't know if the other ones are like this, but like with that, it looks almost like real-time video of like a virus or something in the back.
I didn't have that for Prime 2 or 3.
All right. Well, I remember the first one. That looked really really cool.
It's a whole like the dark science. Like it really did fit well because that kind of was the point of the game. Space Harris found Phazon. They're doing like all sorts of biomedical experiments on each other, like mutated soldiers and whatnot. So it definitely.
As you do, I mean.
Of course.
If you're living on a space colony, you're gonna want to do science experiments on each other.
Yeah, find some radioactive such a meteorite. Let's inject into our veins. See what happens.
Can I splice this third eye on your leg? Yes, please.
We have a dragon. Let's get a robot dragon. Why not? Yeah, that's all I got for now.
Okay. I guess that means, Nardi, if you're done, it's my turn.
Go for it.
Wait, before we go to your turn.
Oh, come on!
Let me chime in on something again. You know how Chris brought up the fact about, I guess like licensed music, like songs used in like games, right?
Yeah.
One of the best uses, not the best, favorite uses really is comes from Japanese games. Once again, how Japanese games they tend to use like songs as the like main theme kind of thing.
The Japanese games use songs. Wow.
Yeah, like Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker did that. I like that song. I forget what it's called, but the Peace Walker Japanese version had a great song. Hikari, Simple and Clean. Hikari is a Japanese version of it's original for Kingdom Hearts 1 theme, right? Sung by Utada Hikaru. And she released the English version of that for the English release of Kingdom Hearts. And and I download those songs and she did one for Kingdom Hearts again, Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. I love Sanctuary.
And then for Final Fantasy also, you know, they've been doing it for quite some time.
They made her talk backwards in that song. It was awesome.
The song for Final Fantasy X, you know, in English it translates to "Isn't it wonderful?" Like, yeah, you know, something like that. You know, and that's a great song. The theme song, the one that girl sings, like Yuna's theme, not Yuna's theme, but like one that goes with like Yuna's summoning, you know. But it's a song sung by Japanese girl. Satan's.
I thought you were talking about like the piano theme.
Well, yeah, piano theme, but it's an actual song, and they made the piano. That, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that at all. I mean, it's probably been at least like 6 or 7 years since I played that game.
Exactly. But yeah, you know, like, so, you know, Japanese gamers tend to use songs as like a marketing tool as well as like a main theme kind of thing for the intro, which I think is also pretty neat. And I like the songs they use, even though some of them I have no idea what they're saying, but you know, I deal with it. I love the song. You know, there's good use of that. You know.
Right.
Oh, and things like Gran Turismo, right?
Yeah.
You know how in a racing game you can use your own soundtrack. I for that, especially for Gran Turismo 5, I used a lot of like Linkin Park tracks. Gives you a very good sense of thrill and race. You know what I mean?
So, racing thrill. That's what I think of when I think of Linkin Park.
Yeah, no, it really does.
Crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. That makes me want to race.
Sure, are you being a hater right now?
I don't know about you guys. It makes me want to race.
No,
get fired.
Sick.
Can't fire me.
That was my last day and all, but you're fired. Typhoon, the show is now yours.
Okay, I've done my contribution. Okay, sure.
All right, after Typhoon's like 4 or 5 turns, a lot of our stuff is gonna mesh up because, you know, you already mentioned Jeremy Soul. Kinuyo Yamashita. I want to mention her. She did Castlevania, and like the original Castlevania. And I think every song in that game is memorable.
Oh, for sure.
You know, she also worked on the music for Mega Man X3, which has, I think, probably my favorite Mega Man level theme of all time, Blizzard Buffalo's stage. And there's a YouTube video of her playing it on piano, which I think it's so cool. So check that out. Shimomura had down to for Super Mario RPG. Jeremy Soul also did the music for KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, which I thought was a phenomenal game. If there was no KOTOR, there probably wouldn't be a Mass Effect. Just throwing that out there.
I can see that. Yeah, I see it.
Shunsuke Kida, he did the music for Demon Souls. Yeah, we're getting into Souls talk. I am a big Souls fan. I think the music in Demon Souls is really quirky. If you look up like the Adjudicator's theme, but the Maiden Estrella, she has probably it's very Castlevania like. I think it's like what do you call it? A harpsichord. Sounds like a harpsichord that's playing on it. It's really really good.
Here's some fun music while we horribly slaughter you.
It's you just have to be patient, and there's real we're gonna get into this because I want this to be an episode, but there's real consequence to death in that game, and that's what I like. But my favorite composer of all time, Yasunori Mitsuda. Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Xenogears, and Xenosaga. How could you best that man? I think Chrono Cross has the Xenogears is my favorite game of all time, but Chrono Cross has the best soundtrack for a video game. I don't really download too many video game soundtracks, but I listen to that one regularly. Um, it's just
Yeah, I never actually played it. You, Typhoon?
Nope.
well, that doesn't
I don't.
surprise me at all. But
That I have just the soundtrack to top that. You said that's the best of all time. Go listen to Kingdom Hearts. Go play Kingdom Hearts 2 and then talk to me
okay,
about
all right.
best soundtrack of all time.
Also editing that part out.
Just the style, stage, and Street Fighter. Enough said.
Which Street Fighter?
Any. It's that good.
Wait, did you say final stage or Guile stage?
No, Guile stage.
Okay. Because before when you mentioned Street Fighter, I was thinking the Seth theme from
4.
yeah, from 4 is pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, Motoi Sakuraba, who did Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2, also big thumbs up. But Mitsuda, again, there's just he the Xenogears soundtrack too. You gotta listen to it. There's just all different kinds of music. I think the best composers are the ones who can compose across a wide variety of moods, right?
Yoshimura.
Okay, Taehyun. Like I like Hans Zimmer, but I feel like he's not as dynamic as some other composers.
Wait, Hans Zimmer is not as dynamic?
Yeah, I don't think he's as dynamic. I think he tends to work in like darker, heavier tones. And I
You
think
give him some.
what? What now,
He-
Typhoon?
He is genius when it comes to music.
I didn't say he was. Did you hear me say he wasn't good?
Yeah, and that doesn't mean he can only do one sort of type.
Oh
I've
my
been
God.
told the Rush soundtrack is very good. Rush isn't dark. You know the movie Rush?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah. There we go. Continue on. That's my input.
I'm gonna put you in a kennel.
With a
You
Bandicoot.
can't.
Yeah,
You
with a
can't-
with a bandicoot named Chillax. Oh, one song that I'd like to highlight too is you guys know Earthbound?
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay,
Well,
that's
I
good
know
enough
it,
for
but
me. Kennel, you're going in a kennel. The death music. The song is called "A Bad Dream." So it's probably one of my favorite. Like I almost don't mind dying because of it. But yeah, like we've already mentioned a lot of the composers I wanted to talk about. It was mostly Mitsuda. I think that guy is far and away, you know, like he is a genius. Um, Also, the soundtrack to not just the soundtrack, but the general sound design of this game that came out for the PS2, GameCube, Killer 7.
Killer 7. It sounds familiar,
It's a
but I can't say I played it.
It's a Suda 51 like grasshopper game. So basically weirdness all around. They did Killer is Dead, No More Heroes, No More Heroes 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like I think the soundtrack to that game is really, it's disturbing, and I think but it's kind of all over the place tonally, but I don't know, there's something about the sound design in that game that's really special. I think that needs to be highlighted. There's kind of like almost a weird Latin influence in some spots with the guitar, like some of the guitar chords. Yeah, I thought that was worth note. We've already talked about Elder Scrolls, Xenogears. None of you guys have played it. Nobody's played it except for me. I like the Xenosaga music a lot too. Just put mechs in a game, have them fly around, and have nice music. And you pretty much sold me. Um, yeah. Is there any other sound effects or soundtracks that you guys want to bring up? Oh, I have to bring up uh the Mega Man death sound. I think regardless of which Mega Man you're playing, X or regular, and I guess the other ones. I don't know. I've never really touched the other ones, like the Battle Network or whatever they're called, and I think that very iconic death sound.
Like the game over screen one?
No, 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 no,
Or
no. The sound when you die.
oh, with the sound effect when he like explodes, right?
Yeah. And there's also in Mega Man X2, there's a boss Wheel Gator. When you get his little wheel slicer thing, the sound that makes when you pop it out of the old Mega Buster there, it's like a very metallic squink. Wee,
What was it sound again, sure?
chwee.
uh,
I think we have our outro music.
I I'm done. I've mentioned all I want to mention.
Yeah, we know that. Narvi?
Every aspect of music, so you gather from this that I'm a pirate because I download music.
I'm definitely editing that out.
Yeah, I love epic music, epic dark music. Love songs from games. I just like music in general.
Yeah. I mean, I think the takeaway from this is that you have to have sound design to fit the game.
Exactly.
And not every game has that kind of it's not just about a memorable soundtrack. We spent most of the time talking about memorable soundtracks, but I think that it can't just be that. You have to have good sound design on the whole. I think sound effects are very important, and to be honest, there are so many sound effects that if we listen, we could probably just sit here for an hour just straight listing sound effects in games that are cool, and that would be very boring and not worth doing. But
Like
I think
even like in the Zelda games, you have like
yeah,
the opening the chest and finding an item.
yeah,
You have
exactly,
pulling up a wall and finding a hidden door thing.
yeah,
Like there's so many out there.
right. So yeah,
Might I add also
yes,
sound
Static Typhoon.
effects. And this one special one. This one I really like the sound of.
Okay.
Just look it up afterwards. In Kingdom Hearts, right?
Oh my God!
There's,
Please,
when
please.
when they level up, it has a really cool sound effect. Real cool sound effect. I love it when they level up.
Yeah.
That's one last contribution.
Okay.
I guess I'll throw my last one too. Real fast. Did you guys ever play the Golden Sun series?
A decent portion of the first one, yeah.
No,
Okay.
not really.
Damn it, Typhoon. But the the final boss music at top of the lighthouses, those ones also like really create like that epic, oh crap, the world might end,
Okay.
Themes. So yeah, just throwing it out there, check it out.
All right.
Good theme.
Golden Sun, you said?
Golden Sun. I know they had it in Smash Bros. Brawl. They threw it in.
All right. And
I'll
then
take that one.
I guess for my ending song, I'm going to go with the ending song for Persona 3. I love that song. It's like a J-pop song, I guess you'd call it. Kimi no Kyoku? There's my Japanese. Yeah. Oh, Memories of You. That's what it translates to. I could have just looked at the English. So unless you guys have anything else, I think that's gonna do it for episode 2.
Anything else?
Nah.
Tyhoon's in the kennel. Tyhoon, you're on your way to the kennel. I don't care. That's gonna do it for episode 2. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to email us, it's idleanimationpodcast@gmail.com. You want to follow us on Twitter, it's @idleanimation. Yeah, I'm super psyched that we made it to episode 2. I can't wait already for episode 3.
I'll miss this. I'll miss this a lot.
Yeah. So, with a heavy heart, we bid farewell to Chris Nardi, who is venturing off to parts unknown to be an ass. All right.
Yeah,
See you
pretty
guys
much.
later. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
I think we have our outro music.